Hey again everybody, welcome back to my channel. Mr. Clad here, and you may be wondering exactly what this contraption is, and maybe you've seen other YouTubers make videos on it and you wondered, does it really work? And I'm here to tell you that in fact it does work. This is a homemade copper zinc penny sorter that you make using only magnets. There are no moving parts, no motors, no anything, simply just magnets, two pieces of trim cut together, and obviously a piece of wood. Now you do have to play around with the angle a bit, and you also have buckets down here, and you can see the ones on the floor are zinc pennies, and they've hit the bucket and bounced out, and the ones in the box are copper pennies. So I think that this is probably going to fail again. This does work, but here's the main problem with this thing. So, zinc penny. Okay, so what's happening is that it's getting stuck here. Now, I ran about a box through this thing, and it was 100% accurate, no problems. So it took me, I don't know, maybe 25 minutes to run a box, maybe 30 minutes to run a box. But what's happening is that these rare earth magnets, also called neodymium magnets, are so strong that it's pulling this trim piece here. Let me pull the phone out. It's pulling this trim piece into this trim piece. So it's causing it to pinch shut. As you can see how it gets a little bit more narrow as it goes. Right? So it's stuck. So what's happening is that the magnets are so strong that it's pulling the trim pieces together, which is pretty crazy considering that these magnets, aren't very big. I mean, that's how big they are. They're just so strong that it's causing them to go together. Now the thing is that these are taped. I taped the two trim pieces to the wood. I didn't glue it, and I didn't screw it down. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart again, readjust it, and then I think I'm going to screw it down with a drill, because it is just pulling it all the way. And actually I had to experiment a little bit too, because these are just little crafter magnets that I got from the Dollar Tree. You get 14 of them for $1.25. And then these are the neodymium magnets, the rare earth magnets that I got from Menards. You can get them from Harbor Freight, whichever place is cheaper. And I put two of these together initially, one on each end, and after about 20 seconds, both the pieces were completely flushed together. It had pulled, the magnetic field and the force of pull is so great that it pulled them together and completely made the piece flush. But I can tell you that this does work. 100%, no question, this does work. It's just a matter of fine-tuning the magnets of what you want to do. Now, I only have 3 magnets on here. This is just 3 of these. They come in a pack of 8. And these come in a pack of 14. And when I used all 14 of these, 7 on each side, it didn't slow the penny down enough. It didn't create enough resistance to slow down the copper penny. And it sure as heck did not create enough force to pull the two trim pieces together. They simply didn't work with the crafter magnets. But when you add this strong little guy here, boy, I tell you what, it is fun to see what you can do with magnets. This is taking me back to 6th and 7th grade science with my science teacher, Mr. Cusick, who was one of the only teachers I ever liked. But 100% penny sorter, no parts, no moving parts. These trim pieces were about $7.50 for one. I think the other one was $10, but that's because I bought an 8-foot piece. And then just a piece of scrap wood and some double-sided tape and the magnets. So basically, if you buy an 8-foot piece, this is just a 24-inch section right here. So if you buy an 8-foot piece, you can make 4 of these. And then you'll have to balance out the magnets and everything. But you can basically make one of these for about $10, give or take. If you wanna get crazy and add some stuff, it's supposed to be at a 30-degree angle. But if you want to get super duper technical, you could probably spend upwards of $20. But basically $10, maybe even a little bit less, maybe like $7-8, and you can make 4 of these if you buy the 8-foot sections and then just cut them with a hacksaw. But does work, 100%, completely works, and it's pretty cool. Save you a lot of time hunting pennies. The only drawback to this, besides trying to find magnets that aren't like hecka strong, is that there's no way to load them. You have to load them in one at a time. So what I wanted to do is build the machine first and test it and make sure that it ran correctly. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a feeder for it. I'm going to try to make a feeder to where I can just push a roll in my hand. And just take a whole roll at a time and sort of angle it down and have them feed. Maybe angle it here and then just have them feed one at a time. Put a little blocker tray here, maybe a little bumper bar, and to where I can just put them in and just let them run. We're gonna work on that for sure, and try to get some of these penny boxes cleared. I did just take back $230 worth of pennies to the bank and dumped them in the machine, and I'm not sure what they think of that, but you know what, who cares, it's a bank. So the only drawback I could see with feeding it is that the pennies could run too close together, and it would cause a copper penny to run and then a zinc penny to run right behind it. And because the zinc penny wasn't being slowed down by the magnetic field, the zinc penny would push it and propel it into the wrong box. It'd be about the only thing I could see that would go wrong with it. But we're going to keep playing around with this. Probably not till later. I'm contemplating going to the Grove, Oklahoma coin show, and I'm going to have a decision on that probably in the next day. And you may be able to see all 269 of you. Much appreciated for subscribing and following. You may be able to see me live and in person at Grove at the coin show, where I'll have some things for sale and just try to pass out maybe some stickers and some other stuff, and just say hello. So basically that's it. This machine does work. You just have to fine tune it and watch out for those magnets because they are very strong. Until next time, Mr. Clad out.